or the formula for a successful relationship.
So there's an ayah in the Quran which has got so many secrets of marriage. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said from one of his signs is that he created you in pairs. He created for you partners from yourself so that you can live in tranquility. The peace and tranquility comes from a relationship. Which means when you're not married, the man is not at peace.
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah, amma ba'd, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We're here again, another episode of Relationship Goals. Before we get started, I think we've missed it in the last couple of episodes, but this podcast is sponsored by Sunnah Match. We can find the right one in the right way.
And the database is actually
grown a lot since the last time we spoke about it.
Yeah.
It's actually grown quite significantly. There's loads of people, and people always ask, is there anyone from Canada? Is there anyone from the States? Yeah, there is. There's actually quite a decent amount of people from Canada.
We need more. We need more.
Obviously,
North Americans.
100%. But it's a decent size.
North Americans.
Okay, so we've spoken about so many things so far, but as we mentioned before, this is one of those very long, not long, but very vast subjects, the conversation of marriage. But you did mention something to me that I'm extremely curious about, which is the keys to a successful relationship, or the formula for a successful relationship, the equation. You know what? Just get into it. Tell me, what do I need to know?
The formula for a successful relationship.
Yeah. I said this to Yasin when I recorded with him.
I was never good at chemistry.
I said this to Yasin when I recorded with him last time, is that at this point, this whole podcast is just advice to me. So please just throw it my way.
Single guy.
Yeah.
Do you keep reminding us about your singleness so as to send a hint to the audience?
Honestly, it's not. It's not. It's a reminder to you that you can actually you can like boil down the advice, and you can even make it specific instead of just general.
You know what the funny thing is, yeah?
Go on.
Because I actually know you. I believe that.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Why are you feeling shy for? Shyness is good.
Yeah, I know.
Can I tell you something?
I'm not feeling shy.
You're actually quite a shy guy.
I'm not
You're
shy.
so awkward right now.
I'm not shy. No,
shyness is good.
No, I know, but I'm shyness and what you're talking about are not the same thing. There's shyness and there's like timidness, and timidness is not the same thing as shy. In this context,
being timid right now.
I'm
not shy.
Okay. I thought you said I thought you were trying to say I was being timid.
No, you're being really shy.
Okay.
It's shyness part of Iman. Al-haya'u shu'batun min al-iman.
Barakallahu feek.
And recently I've noticed your shyness has increased, Allah. That's a sign of khair.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
It's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Alhamdulillah.
Those doors are working, huh? Anyways, your turn.
So there's an ayah in the Quran which has got so many secrets of marriage. Like just one ayah that's got so many secrets of marriage. And I think we could maybe try and go through some of the layers of meaning within this ayah in Surah Al-Rum. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا. The ayah continues, but we'll pause at this part. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said from one of his signs. How many signs?
From one.
Pay attention to the one. Pay attention to the one, because we're going to come back to it at the end. It's just one sign. From one of his signs. And what is a sign? What is an ayah of Allah Azza wa Jalla? Something that indicates towards him subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Something that indicates towards him. So from one of his signs is that he created you in pairs. He created for you partners from yourself. لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا, so that you can live in tranquility. If you now go back to the beginning of the first pair, the first couple, because remember Allah said we created you in pairs, min anfusikum, from yourselves. So when you go back to the first pair, you have Adam alayhi salam, and he was created from where?
From clay.
From the earth.
Yeah.
And then you have Eve that was created from
himself.
himself.
Yeah.
from him.
Mhm.
She was created from him,
Mhm.
from his side, right?
Mhm.
Fa'idah here. This is just a little benefit. They say a woman was created from the side of a man.
Mhm. I
Not,
thought they said rib.
yeah, it's the side,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm.
The side.
Mhm.
She wasn't created from his head to
Mhm.
be above him.
Mhm.
She wasn't created from his foot to be below him.
Mhm.
She was created from side to be side by side. Aw.
Mhm.
Aw.
Yeah.
But وَلِلْرِجَالِ عَلَيْهِنَّ دَرَجَةٌ.
Okay. Yeah. Of course.
In the relationship, though, the man has that level of authority over the woman.
Yeah. Spoken about this before.
Yeah, we've spoken about it before. That's a little nice benefit. So the point here is that Adam alayhi salam was created from the earth, and she was created from the man.
Mm-hmm.
There's a benefit here.
Mm-hmm.
Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma, who was the mufassir of the Quran, the one the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam made dua for Allah to teach him the ta'wil, the interpretation of the Quran. Allahumma allimhu ta'wil, the Prophet said. Teach him the interpretation of the Quran. He commented on this ayah. He said the man was created from the earth, and that's why his aspirations are from where he was created. A man's aspiration is towards the earth. Well, what does that mean? Back in the days, where would men always be? Working on the earth. Farming, working on the land, building on the land. Men are out on the land. Men are where?
In the field.
Men in the field. Men are on the road. Not the
road.
criminal road, but they're on the roads. Not the street roads, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
They're on the tariq or the turuq. They're just putting in work. And from the benefits that we can take from there is that a man, his aspiration is with his work. That's why men, when you see what they was talking about, their job, their occupation, their hustle, what they're passionate about, what they was working on, that's what a man's interest in. That's what a man's busy in. And that's what a man would want to talk about.
Sorry. And you'll notice if you find aimless men, it's probably because they're still trying to figure out this part of their lives.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, possibly. But now check this, yeah? The woman was created from where? The man. So then Ibn Abbas mentioned her aspiration is in
towards the men.
The man.
Well, not the men, but yeah.
Meaning her husband.
Yes.
So when a man and a woman are married.
Not the man, her man.
Her man.
Yeah.
Her aspiration is in him. She always wants to talk about him. She always wants to talk about the relationship. She talks to others about their relationships. She talks about her relationship. She talks about her man. Of course, she doesn't talk about the negative things because you're not allowed to talk about negative things. You don't talk about how she's in the bedroom. But she wants to talk about relationships. Women like to talk about relationships. Now, here's the powerful point now. When that man and that woman come together, she wants to talk about him. In other words, us. In other words, the relationship. And women always, any married men go nuts in the comments if I'm lying. Women want to talk about their relationship with you. The man, he wants to talk about what interests him, which is what?
His work.
His work. Men, what is it? What is his hobby? What is his work? That's what he wants to talk about. Regardless of what the woman's work is, regardless of what her hobby is, she wants to talk about us. You and her. You want to talk about them. Do you understand? Now, this is where a big problem occurs in a relationship. When the woman doesn't understand where the aspiration of the man is, and the man doesn't understand what the aspiration of the woman is. They both have to give in order to receive. But we now have couples that either they don't give to each other at all because they're constantly trying to receive by talking about what you want to talk about and she's talking about what she wants to talk about, which results in really a lot of stress, a lot of frustration, a lot of like wow, we're just not compatible. You are compatible. It's just you're different at the end of the day. You're a man and woman, and you just have to be able to accommodate for each other's means. But you think you're not compatible just because you're not. I mean, because you're judging yourself based on the differences in your gender and your psychological and biological construct that comes as a result of that gender. That's not the issue there. The issue is that you're just not empathizing with what the other gender needs.
Mhm,
Do you understand? So either some people just don't even talk about, they what? All day, every day are trying to talk about what interests them. The other person says, you don't ever want to talk about what I want to talk about. You don't want to talk about what I want to talk about. And what that results in is what? The man don't even want to talk.
Yeah.
A lot of times, the woman will still try. The man, they don't even want to talk. You never talk to me. You know what I'm saying? That's because they're not talking about things that are interesting each other.
Yeah.
Or you have one couple, or you have one party of the couple that always listens to the other side. And they are always giving. When I say giving, they are giving, as in they're giving them a chance to speak, and they're listening, they're taking it in, and they're engaging with them, but they never get a chance to speak about what they want to talk about. Because the other party, it could be the guy or the girl, the husband or the wife, are a bit what? They're maybe insensitive, or maybe they're being they're not being perceptive here enough to understand she or he also wants to talk about what they want to talk about. So a lot of problems come in relationships. You know, like men always have this concept of, oh, she wants to talk. And she wants, and you know, when she wants to talk, she always wants to talk about us. And when she wants to talk about us, you know what I'm saying? It's usually always about self-improvement, and it's always about improving.
I was just about to ask, like, how does that conversation work? You don't have to tell me your personal experience.
Yeah, no.
Like, the general gist, the vibe.
Generally on relationship goals.
What do you even talk about?
So generally on relationship goals,
we're together and we got day-to-day things to tackle. We got things to handle, you know. But unless there's a problem, then I can understand why you'd have to take that minute to sort of figure that out. But I'm saying, if things are going well, do you have to? I mean.
So here,
am I gonna have to deal with that?
So just as a disclaimer, yeah, you will. Just as a disclaimer, when I speak on relationship goals, generally I always talk from the experience of a decade and the countless couples who I've worked with. When I speak and I say me, or as in I mention me, like, you know what I'm saying? That's obviously I'm talking about myself. I'm saying that since you mentioned about whatever, as in, you don't have to mention from experience. Like, as in, no, I'm generally, my asal is I'm always talking about the collective experience of the last decade with in this field of work. So no, actually, you know what it is? Look, you have to understand from two perspectives. Number one, and there's a lot more to this ayah, by the way. We've just barely touched the service. You see, the relationship here, the kind of things that your wife would want to talk to you about, for example, is like, what should we do today? What talking about the house is talking about us, because it's talking about your abode. You know what I'm saying? She wants to talk about the house, what you're going to do. They want to talk about your future, also reflect on the past. And here's the thing. You know, when you care about something, and sisters pay very close attention, and husbands pay very close attention. Because sisters, I'm going to tell you off, and brothers, I'm going to tell you off as well. As a reminder to myself as well. And to you. Okay. Single brother.
Sure. Don't comment, bro.
Please, that about mine.
I'm on, just cut it out.
No, believe it.
No,
believe it. So when you care about something, like, what was the aspiration of the man?
The work.
Is he not always thinking of how to improve his work?
Yeah, all the time.
Because he always wants his business.
No, I mean, I can attest to that all the time. I'm just thinking about work.
So don't you always want to talk about improve? If you had business partners, would most of your conversation not be about how to improve it?
Yeah.
Okay, then her aspiration is in the relationship. She's always thinking of how to improve it. Do you understand? So brothers, that's why she wants to talk to you about. Brothers, that's why she wants.
By the way, when I say I'm always thinking about work, I'm not saying it from a negative standpoint. I can't look at my work. I'm saying I all I want to know is how to fix this, improve it, make it better. So.
And the same way, all she wants to know, not all, but a lot of what she wants to know is how to improve this relationship. So brothers, do you understand why she comes at you like that? Now here's the thing. Here's the second thing now. Now that was me telling off the brothers. Now I'm going to tell you off now. You know, when you want to improve, you can do it in a productive way, in a positive, reinforcing way, or you could do it in a negative, naggy way. Unfortunately, a lot of sisters, they nag their husbands. Your intention is actually not bad at all. You want to improve. Who wouldn't want to improve their intimacy, their communication, their future, their, child? Like, who wouldn't want to improve their relationship? I mean, a man is with this woman because he loves her. He wants to improve the relationship. He just doesn't want to be nagged. You understand? You know this nagging thing? Well, like, I don't know what woman paved the way for this and made sisters think like there was benefit in nagging. But I've never, like, it's so counterintuitive because you think if I keep telling him, one day the penny will
Eventually
drop.
he's gonna
You
do
don't
it.
understand.
It's driving further away.
You don't understand. Wallahi, what nagging? You know, men don't need to be told 2 or 3 times. If he didn't do it after you told him once or twice, it's not that he didn't know. There's another issue. Explore that. Maybe there's an underlying issue. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
the person who the chief nagger at the chief nagging professional at Microsoft is the person who invented the nudge on MSN. Do you remember that?
Oh wow!
You could chat with someone.
He's actually he nags.
I'm not sure that that's a real thing. I'm just saying he probably was a guy who. Was
wow!
He was just like, listen, I need to figure it out on digital. They need to.
Well, no,
and I'm not gonna lie. Anytime somebody nudged me on MSN, I didn't even want to respond to their message now. Now I'm there like, bruv, please leave me alone.
Yeah.
Like
you know, I'll be honest. There are some people that call me. You know if there's a guy that I actually want to talk to, but if he starts calling me like 4 or 5 times, within the day, I start panicking. I think, bro, I say what? I actually look at the phone ringing and I say, Wallahi, I'm not gonna answer it.
Damn. No, actually, I've seen you do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I say, well, I look at the phone and I say, you think you're gonna get to me like that? Never, brother. Do you know that? So the point is that I understand it might be frustrating that he's not listening to you.
Yes. Bro, I can imagine it must be extremely
No, let me rephrase that. He is listening to you. He is listening to you. It might be frustrating that he's not doing what you want him to do. The issue here is not that he don't hear. It's not that it's not registering. Trust me. He knows so well. You've told him countless times. The issue is, it's maybe the way you're telling him. Or maybe help him to be able to fix his problem. Because maybe the issue is he's overworked, which is why he's not able to do it.
But what if they say my husband's really forgetful? I always tell him to get this and get that.
No problem. Nagging will not make him remember. Just trust me anymore. You don't understand. Like maybe help him get a Google Calendar. Maybe download Asana. Or
for your marriage, Asana for your oh my days.
Why not?
No, you're actually right. Why not? That's actually blown my mind.
I'm saying
that's taking the concept of working relationship to a whole new level.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Asana is like a management app,
a task management tool for teams and stuff.
Yeah, I mean you can use it. There's a business version of it and a personal version of it. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Or Slack. You know, if you're slacking down, or Slack.
Oh my days.
Or Trello. We're saving your marriage right now.
All I know is I can't wait to get married to use Trello and use Asana with my wife.
It works. Wallahi, it works. You know what I'm saying? What I use is I have an app called Swipe.
Okay.
And literally what you do is you put all your tasks there and it sets reminders and you swipe and it's done. If you don't, it keeps reminding you. You know what I'm saying? So the point is that there's ways around it, but don't nag. Nagging is not the way. Do you understand? So the point here is, brothers, you need to understand she wants to talk about you and your relationship because
I don't even think they want to nag. They just want it to whatever they've asked for to be done. They think
nagging will work.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
that's part of it, yeah.
It won't.
Because if you thought it would work, if you didn't think it would work, you wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
of course.
So that's understanding, and also women have to really understand. I feel like more often than not, men, and of course I'm talking from anecdotal experience, so I can't speak for all men, but I feel like more often than not, men would concede towards talking about the relationship, whereas very seldom do women concede to talking about his work. Do you understand?
Okay.
And brothers, obviously, you know when you talk about your work, you got to try and find ways to make it interesting.
Yeah.
Like if you're a coder, but she don't care about C++, Python, Pythagoras, blah, 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 blah. Huh?
JavaScript.
Whatever the hell it's called. She don't care about that. But you know, find ways to make it interesting for each other. You know what I'm saying? And also try to explore hobbies that you would enjoy both together. But anyway, that's why, you know, when you get married, I always say to brothers and sisters, when you don't just look at the general stuff, which is the general stuff sometimes most important. For example, can you provide? Of course, it's religion primarily. So, like for example, some sisters will just jump into marrying a guy because he's very, very practicing Allah Barik, which is very good, but he's not compatible with that at all. I'm saying you cannot sit there to listen to him talk about his work. It's just not interesting for you, and he can't sit there and listen to you talk about whatever you want to talk about because everything was right except for the compatibility. Do you understand? So go a bit deeper.
And that's actually a big thing, big factor.
Like go there, sit there and think, am I actually going to enjoy a conversation with my man? Do you understand? Okay, then the ayah continues. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned He created you with partners from amongst yourselves. From his signs is that he created from amongst yourselves partners so that you can live in peace.
Mhm.
The ha, which is the pronoun in the ayah, ha is her. Her means her.
Mhm.
Her.
As in her, the lady.
Her, the lady.
Mhm.
So لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا.
Mhm.
لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا.
Mhm.
So you can live in peace and tranquility. The ha goes back to her.
Mhm.
Meaning the peace in the marriage is with
The wife.
So the peace and tranquility is with her. A few benefits to take from here. Number one, the peace and tranquility comes from a relationship, which means when you're not married, the man is not at peace. He comes to peace when he's married. He's just this hormonal creature running around, buzzing, like his head's about to explode. She's a hormonal creature, crazy. Oh my gosh, what's happening? This, that, and the other. Suddenly they get married. Peace. You know why? Because Allah is the only one that is complete when He's alone. If you try to give Allah a
then
partner,
the whole "we created you in pairs" thing comes
yeah.
back.
So if you try to give Allah a partner, billah, He's incomplete. What makes him complete? What makes him perfect is that he needs no one else. But me and you are incomplete alone. We become complete when we have a partner. That's why they say your other half. I don't know the origins of that statement.
Or the other half. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's got pagan origins or whatever. So you become at peace when you're put together. But there's an important point to mention it. Coming back to the pronoun. Why was it that the peace and tranquility was brought back to the woman? This is one thing that sisters now really need to understand. Okay, that at the end of the day, the tranquility within the relationship, it lasts with the wife. It lasts with the wife. Do you understand? If the wife, look, you have a community, and the community, in order for it to thrive, it needs families. And in order for the families to thrive, it needs good parents. In order for the parents to thrive, it needs a healthy couple. Healthy couple equals healthy parents, healthy kids, healthy families, healthy communities, healthy ummah. Do you understand? But if the couple is not healthy and is toxic, children will receive toxicity, families will be toxic, toxicity will be within the community, the ummah will have considerable amounts of toxicity in it. Of course, the ummah will never be completely wrecked or anything like that. There will always be khair in the ummah, alhamdulillah. Now, at the end of the day, it doesn't stop with the husband and wife. As in, it doesn't stop at the couple.
Yes.
There has to be one source that it has, yes, you can't.
You're talking about accountability.
Yeah,
similarly with a with the.
There has to be not accountability
food.
but leverage. As in, it has to lean towards one more than the other.
Okay.
As in, who has more leverage?
As in, you're talking about primary responsibility kind of thing, right?
Not even primary responsibility.
No.
But I'm talking about. Remember, there's always a balance. There's always a balance. The success of the marriage is with who more, the husband or the wife. It's more with the wife.
Okay.
The peace is with her. Shall I tell you how you know? Let me give you a practical example. To show you how the tranquility rests in the
Wife.
With the woman more than the man. Not solely, but I'm talking about the balance. The balance is shifted more towards her. If you have a guy who's got a wife who's really unreasonable, yeah, he can do everything that she wants, and if she does not want to in her own right change, she won't change.
Yes. I completely agree.
She will not change.
I have many anecdotes to support this.
Do you understand? She will not change. But whereas if there's a woman who's dealing with a man who is completely not the way that she wants him to be, she can bend him, mold him, shape him, transform him, and change him. Generally speaking, I know I speak in generic terms. Someone's going to tell me there's always the exceptional one guy that she's trying to think she can't.
Exceptional one guy.
There's always exceptions.
Bare. But no.
The
The reason why I think it's so true what you're saying here is because nobody even like bats an eyelid when that happens. When
Yeah.
a guy comes back after he's married and you see him a year later and he's like not completely but vastly different person, it's not by accident, it's by design. Like he's
Bro.
been changed,
Bro.
and it's not a bad thing. It's not.
Yeah.
We don't like, as in the man.
Yeah.
We don't turn it into you left us and you got back.
Yeah.
We don't turn it into that. But I'm saying the point I'm making is that's a part of it. As in his marriage and his relationship changes him.
Yeah. So and that's the point that I'm trying to make.
And that
here.
obviously happens a lot more than the whole, I tried to change him and he's still crazy, and
Yeah.
that happens a lot more than that. So I guess, yeah, that is true.
And that's the point that I'm trying to make, is that he can try everything he wants to change her. If she doesn't want to, he can't change her, or he's gonna really struggle. But if the woman wants to change the man and he's refusing, she can change him. Shall I tell you why? Because the man is weak.
Okay.
Allah said, خُلِقَ الْإِنسَانُ ضَعِيفًا. The tafsir of Allah said the human was created weak. Tafsir that some of the scholars mention of the ayah is he was created weak in the affairs of the woman. So for example...
No, you're right. Women actually don't know. They're coming to know now. The new society is changing them, but they're coming to know how much leverage they really have
crazy leverage
over a man.
That's why
it's
if you think about it, when Allah talked about the plotting of shaitan, He said, "Inna kayd ash-shaytani kana da'ifa." Allah said the plotting of shaitan is weak. But He talked about the plotting of the woman. Allah said, "Inna kaydi kunna azim." That the plotting of the woman is mighty.
Bro,
so shaitan tries to plot.
I've got a friend who got divorced a few years ago, and he said to me, around the time that he got divorced, he was like, I was scared. I thought she was an agent sent to me from Shaitan to ruin my life.
And of course, some guys are like agents sent from Shaitan to destroy her life. But the point I'm making here is that look at how powerful that is. Yeah. That if Shaitan was to plot, his plotting is weak. But if a woman was to plot, Allah, who is the mighty, is affirming her plot is mighty. Allah
so she's like a Trojan horse kind of thing.
Yeah, she's literally. So the point I'm making here is, well, great power comes great responsibility. I heard Yasin quoted as well recently.
Quoting Uncle Ben and that.
Ben, yeah. Obviously, we don't watch movies. It's just stuff that we learn from our kids and stuff from them. The point I'm making is that here what you have is that you have to understand that you can, like, as in, he might be standing there. Like, for example, let me just give you a real life situation. Forgive me if I'm being a bit crude here, yeah? The woman could be saying, the man could be saying to the husband, like, I want you to clean the house. And she could just say, nah. Nah. He'll say, what do you want me to do? Nah, I don't want to do it. He can't make her budge. If the woman, this is a very crude example I'm going to give, but just to show you, and obviously I'm giving two extremes, because sometimes when you give two extreme examples, it shows you the disparity.
I'm not against.
No, I'm just, I believe they might be, because I don't want it to think. And this might not be an everyday example, but I'm when sometimes you go to the other extreme, you show the example a bit clearer.
What I believe is that extremes help you highlight the differences.
That's my point. Yeah. Extremes help you highlight the differences. Yeah, exactly. So if a woman just wanted to be stubborn, nah, I'm not going to clean the house. Now flip it. Woman told a guy to clean the house. He says, nah. Okay. Say, honey. Like, like just like, I mean, if you just clean and we're going to go upstairs. Or maybe start now and then halfway through stop and say, we'll carry on when you clean the house. Bruv, trust, like, bro, the guy's getting down. He's Cinderella for you.
The guy, he's the Hoover, the dusting, the cleaning the windows. He's on it.
Hassan.
Yeah,
do it to Hassan.
He's on
it.
it.
Do it Hassan. Do you understand? So the point I'm making there is that the woman.
I feel like you're giving them tools now, bro.
Huh?
And
by the way, I do want to mention here, yeah, which to brothers, is that some
scary.
women who know this, they use like intercourse, the S word, sex. They use it for power and manipulation in a relationship. And a real man will not allow that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is one very important thing women use. Not all, some women.
Yeah, it's like a it's the carrot and the stick situation. Isn't it?
They use intercourse to,
when you're behaving and when you're misbehaving.
So, for example, he's gonna go class. You going to class today? You sure, honey? I mean, I was thinking we could spend some time. But yeah, I've really got to go. Teacher's waiting for me. You sure? And then she comes out with an outfit, and he doesn't realize. Like, she just doesn't want him to leave the house, and now وَقَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُنَّ, he's staying in the house. He's become a woman now. He's just in the house. Every time he wants to go out, she just grabs him. They use their, honey, I don't wanna live in this area. You sure? here's what I was going to do if we lived in the area. You know what I'm saying? So women use that. So brothers understand. Obviously, look, that's why I say with great power comes great responsibility. You're going to stand for Allah. If you use your power, sisters, for evil, then you're going to have to answer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And men, don't be weak and, you know what I'm saying, like spineless to just fold at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
Be a man, you know what I'm saying?
I think the fact that you have to remind them of this potential trick just goes to show how blinding it actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, some women might say, but look, do I have to offer him like, SEX every time? No, I mean it's your nuclear weapon. I'm not gonna lie, that's
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's your trump card.
Yeah.
And use it wisely.
This is your main line of attack and defense.
Yeah. But I'll tell you something, it could be as simple as just the sweet way you speak to him.
Yeah.
Ibn al-Qayyim said I use that extreme example, like you said, to highlight the difference, but it doesn't have to be like, Ibn al-Qayyim said a woman's strength is in her femininity. A woman's strength is in her femininity.
Yeah, he knew it was talking.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what I mean by that is, most women, the reason why they don't get away with it, they don't get their husband to do what they want him to do, is because they come at him on a beef thing.
Yeah.
But you have to understand,
you behave like mandem.
Yeah, as in come as conflict. You shout him, no, why are you not doing this? Always don't bring the guy conflict. You know why? Because we deal with conflict.
No, you're absolutely, bro. Honestly,
we're dealing with conflict every day. Like you don't know, sister. You don't know the man sticky. You don't know conflict better than me. I deal with conflict at work. I deal with conflict on the roads. Guys, screw face.
No, not just that. But I'm saying if she then like concedes that and she's there like, yeah, okay, fine, this is gonna be a new conflict. It's like I have ways of dealing with that other conflict, and you're not ready for me to deal with you in the way that I deal with that other stuff.
And of course, I am not insinuating any way, shape, or form here like domestic abuse or anything like that.
No,
the thing is, you don't understand. It
we
doesn't
don't fight
phase the
people
guy.
either. Yeah.
The point is that you think it doesn't phase him.
Yeah.
And you can shout, but he's thinking, listen, I'm a guy. I do this better than you. In a sense where like as in you're working towards your
own destruction.
You're not working towards your strength. You know what I'm saying? But here, and like feminists are gonna cry and blah blah blah, but this is true. At the end of the day, if you want to try and compete with men at being men, you're not gonna win, because like from down to our bone density towards our psychological way of dealing with conflict, which is designed to do it better. You know what I'm saying? But if a woman, if he didn't, instead of shouting at him, if she was to just look at him and say,
No, not
you know
even.
what I mean? Obviously, you don't have to cry, but the point is that if she was to just look at him and say, honey, I'm just spam.
Look, let me just tell you. So
I actually want to make this point, yeah. Then you can say it. I'm saying he don't know how to deal with that. Man don't know how to deal with that. He's not
prepared for that.
He's not prepared for that.
Like,
so he's like putty in your hands now. Straight away, his defenses are gone. His hands are dropped. I'm so sorry. He feels bad. And let me tell you something. You know what I believe?
Go on.
I believe men. Obviously, mothers are more merciful to the children than the fathers.
Yes.
But in a relationship, I feel like the man can be more merciful. And just from my personal anecdotal experience, I've seen that men are more merciful to women than the women are to men. You know why? Because when a woman doesn't want to be merciful, she won't. But you know when a man doesn't want to be, but if he can't help but be there for that affectionate side. Yes. Because we're not used to it.
No, and also women will attest, like on every end of the spectrum, that when they like shut their hearts off to something, that's it. Like doors closed.
Yeah,
now.
they become cold.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That bro, that cold.
They're cold.
That's wow.
But you see, for guys, like you know when a woman wants to leave a guy, he can say, "I want to kill myself." She say, "Kill yourself, then."
Yeah.
You say, I'm going to cut myself, I'm going to take pills. Take pills. That's what she'll say.
Yeah.
But you know the guy, it could be the most, whatever guy. But then she starts sending him messages like yo, I'm going to do something to myself today. Well, I feel something to happen.
Honestly.
Not all men. Some
no,
but that's
bro.
a control factor.
Yeah,
I've seen so many women use on men.
It's very
and
evil.
he doesn't want to deal with that.
They do it. It's so mad because sometimes, not they do it like as a general thing, but the cases that I've had is where a guy started practicing now and he wants to leave his girlfriend and she's there like,
Bro, how many guys?
God, he's trying to go to Allah and you're trying to take him away.
Bro,
What's wrong
I've
with you?
got so many emails like that come in. But then brothers never want to jump on the CS session for some reason. I think they're worried that she's going to find out. Be a man, come on. I'll change your voice as well. the point is that I'm making is that men are very merciful, you know what I'm saying? And I know there's always just that one sister who's had such bad experiences with men, is always sitting there thinking, no, you hate women, you love men. No, I'm just talking generally, man. Relax. Of course, there's gonna be some men that are absolute evil criminals. I'm talking very generically. The point I'm making here is that what is it? Is that use your femininity towards your advantage,
Mhm.
because he is now not going to be able to deal with that.
Bro, I think you're so right.
Ibn
You're
Qayyim was
so
right.
right. Oh yeah, no, like I said before, he knew what he was talking about, because the examples that I can think of in the stories that I've heard, where things are going a bit difficult and, you know, couples are not happy, it's all, not always, but I think it can almost always be resolved by just this thing, a woman using her femininity, like she's a woman, like play this card, this is your best card, play it,
Yeah.
you know.
But in a society where
And
women
he's not
are
ready
told-
for that. He's never prepared for these.
No,
He
he's
hasn't
not.
got trap cards laid for this yet. He's just
don't.
waiting, you know.
Like for conflict, he knows, my
Mm.
brother. What from the playground we was dealing
Yeah,
with this.
yeah,
But I've been
exactly.
doing this since reception.
Yeah, exactly.
Since reception, I've been dealing with
Mhm,
conflict
mhm,
till
mhm.
this day,
Mm-hmm,
and I've been doing it with tough guys.
mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? I've been rushed.
Yeah,
I've been banged.
yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? I was coming out the locker room.
Mhm,
Boom.
mhm.
One Catholic guy licked me in the head, smacked my head in the brick wall.
No way.
Yeah.
That sounds deep.
You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff makes you tough.
Yeah, 100% does. So yeah. So you're trying to say that brothers have we're hardened when it comes to conflict.
Yeah.
Like we're ready.
We're harder when it
So
comes to
sisters shouldn't orient themselves to put themselves into that arena. Like play a different game, innit?
Yeah.
Don't come into the ring with me, whisper at me from the side, like, hey babe, hey.
Yeah.
It'll be like, yo, I'm not even in fight mode anymore.
Like,
now I'm there like in my corner mode.
Yeah.
Like that's different.
And you know what it is? You can sit there and think, no, I'm a woman. I'm saying, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Try it.
Yeah.
As in, you can play, you can do it your way.
I challenge you.
Yeah, I'm saying, do it your way. I'm saying, don't be arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Be humble. You got a strength, which is his weakness. Don't try to overpower him in that which he's strong at. You won't go very far. Some of you might. I don't know if it's you, but for those of you sisters who actually want to listen, that you can use that. And that's my point, is that because you have that extra leverage, you can bring about peace. When there's an argument, it might be harder for him to diffuse it, but it's easier for you to diffuse it. All you have to do is completely change your tone, be very affectionate, be very effeminate. I'm not saying you're in an argument and jump into bed with him. No, you might not feel comfortable, but I'm just saying deal with it in a very feminine way.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
For example, honey, I've been...
And be smart. Play it in a
yeah,
smart
it's
way.
about being
Yeah,
smart. It's about being
yeah.
intelligent. You know what I'm saying? And if you're able to do that, trust me, لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا. You will find peace in her. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Well, we've only been through half the ayah, but I think we're gonna have to end it here, man,
Yeah,
because we
No, but I mean,
maybe we could do a part 2 tomorrow.
yeah, I mean, this is really important, man.
Was
Yeah,
that deep,
Sahih.
boss? How many times have you
Yeah,
come across that
yeah,
ayah?
yeah,
But
yeah.
there's gems in there, right?
Yeah, we haven't even spoken about the mawadda and the rahmah.
Oh yeah, that's the intimacy part and the mercy part and all that.
Solid. Okay, so I guess we'll leave it there. Do you have any parting comments?
No, but I think we should carry on the discussion part 2.
Okay, yeah. So sign up to Sunnah Mash, inshallah, as Dawah flies away, to find your effeminate and affectionate wife, and to find your strong and considerate husband. Okay. Like I said, we'll see you in part 2. Assalamu alaikum.
Guys, this right here is a Big Mac. Do you have any idea how much McDonald's spends every year on their advertisement? They spend $450 million. You know why? Because this haram burger is valuable to them. Now, on the flip side, when it comes to promoting a da'wah project, how much do you think da'wah organizations' budget is? And I'm talking about organizations that don't compromise their da'wah. They keep it 100% Quran Sunnah without doing anything dodgy. Our budgets are nowhere near close. Now, the kuffar don't feel shy to put their money behind what they believe in because they value it. But we know for definite that they don't value their burgers and their haram meat more than we value the book of Allah. Then why is it that we become so tight-fisted when it comes to spending money on La ilaha illallah? You see, it's embarrassing that you will struggle to find a house on planet Earth that doesn't know about McDonald's and doesn't know about the Big Mac. Yet, there are houses that don't know about La ilaha illallah. That's an embarrassment. For that reason, brothers and sisters, I'm going to ask you to get involved in an investment that's going to benefit you in your life and the next life. And that is to support our social media da'wah project. You're going to struggle. And this is respectfully a challenge. You'll struggle to find a da'wah organization that's got as much output as us. I mean, look at our productivity and look at our reach. We're the closest thing that you're going to get to a mainstream, uncompromised, fully 100% classical, pure understanding of the deen on social media in the West. If you find someone better than us, if you find someone that's doing it better than us and bigger than us, go support them. It's on you to go support them. But if not, then brothers and sisters, we're doing the job for you. I don't know about you, but I gave my life to this cause. I gave my life to it. Kuffar can put 100% in behind what? Haram food. And we can't do that behind what? The speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Without any further ado, brothers and sisters, donate at the link below. And let's get La ilaha illallah spreading around the world. Peace.